Warning: this video is intended for audiences who are 13 or older. If you are not 13 or older, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
Alright, so I have a pizza cooking in the background, and I'm trying to see if I can finish this episode review before my pizza's done. Right? So I got trolled pretty hard with this week's episode because, so for the audience background, so what I do every week is I have to go through the official Sentai site and download, grab all the screen grabs that I use for like the thumbnail as like the image that we have to use for these episodes, right? As like the visual image, right? That goes on in the background as we talk, right? So one of the things I saw, right? So I knew like two things going into this. I knew that Flint was gonna be, or the actress for Flint was gonna be here. Not Flint, the character herself from Zen Kaiger, but like the actress for Flint. Like, man, she got it in the bag. So she somehow managed to scam Toei to keep bringing her back every year as a guest cast for somehow. And I saw that. So one of the visual image that like the press photo that they uploaded was a photo of two Boon Pink. So for some reason I went into this episode thinking that she was also gonna transform and fight alongside Mira, right? As like a little bit gag or whatever. And yeah, that is not what happens. I got trolled so hard, so I was like watching this, waiting for like the point where Flint actually transforms and fight alongside Mira. Does not happen at any point in any way. It does not happen. That is not what happened at all. So hey, it's Bakuage Sentai Boonboomger, episode 36, The Road to Dreams. It is an episode where I think her ad is Aki. I literally looked it up. Oh no, that's her character's name. It's Hinami Mori. She has come back. It's Flint. It's Flint from Zen Kaiger. Really fucking weird, But is it as weird as Toys R Us still existing in this universe? I don't know why people are so amazed that Toys R Us still exists. Like, this thing is only dead in America, all right? In the West, like that thing is like that's a dead company, and that thing still exists all over Japan, or at least in Japan in general. So, right? So this episode deals with Flint's character. I think the character's name is Aki. Like, in her inferiority, she feels like so bad, like that she's at a Boonboomger. In fact, that she works at a Toys R Us, right? So and she's like, oh man, it fucking sucks that I work at a Toys R Us, but fucking my coworker who is a Sentai Ranger also works here, but she works here as a part-time job, right? Going back to how like this part of like this is all part of Mira's ever-growing story about how every week she needs to have like a new she need to have like a new part-time story job or whatever, part-time job to pay for rent, right? Because Taya does not pay her an actual living wage, so she's forced to still do part-time, right? So yeah, so Mira just casually just gives it to Aki. Is like, oh, I guess it makes sense because they said that they were friends. So she trusts her. Hey, please take my transformation device. Right? This thing is if in the wrong hands would be very bad. But she's like, here, you can have it, and you just hold on to me. And then she just ends up forgetting about the rest of her day. I mean, it's like middle of the night. Right, she's like, oh wait, what happened to my transformation device? Maybe it was a bad idea to just let let someone just randomly hold it, right? Yeah, at least she eventually remembers it, but instead of actively going, she just starts calling her like, boy, I don't think you should I think you should just at this point just go to the house and grab it back. Right? Instead of just calling, hey, can you give me back my transformation device? It's very important I get it back. And then meanwhile, hey, look, man, meanwhile, Genba and Sakito are like, hey, they're doing some behind the door backroom dealing. And like I said, hey, look, Sakito is, hey, that's one thing I appreciate about Sakito. He is a character who's always like, hey, man, if I'm getting paid, I don't give a fuck. I'll let you guys whatever state secrets you guys want to hear. Right? Yeah. So the secret is that a wild spinner wants people's energy to live immortal forever, right? To be forever young, right? Because he doesn't want to be bad, right? It's the thriller for him to be perpetually young and immortal, really bad in context. We found that Wild Spinner is based on Michael Jackson, which is insane, right? If you think about it, right? but meanwhile, uh, fucking Ishirio it's like it's like eavesdropping on them through Gemba's communication. I guess I don't know whose communication he's backdoor eavesdropping, but yeah, he finds out that the ISA cannot be. It turns out government entity cannot be trusted with your data. It turns out the government is doing it for themselves. It turns out. Right? Yeah, so this week's enemy is the refrigerator and vacuum guy. They're back. It's part two. They're refurbished, right? So they're all better. They're way cooler this time. And then Aki almost gets herself killed when she tries to transform. And the best part is when Taya and Mira are just on the side, just watching her. Like, yeah, you can't transform, you idiot. What the fuck are you doing? But the best part is and then the better part is when Sakito comes out and be like, what the fuck was that? You guys know she almost died. Like, were you guys gonna save her at some point? If I didn't do my cool lightning fast speed purple lightning thing, right? She would have legitimately died. I don't know, I just think it's real fucking funny how Sakito again lectures us like, hey man, that was a dick move, right? You just watch like this paranoid girl that has like an image issue that has anxiety or whatever, just almost killed herself. It's insane, yeah. So yeah, then Mira and Aki makes up for it. She's like, yeah, hey man, look, you can look. Hey, look, you don't have to be a hero, to transform or whatever the fuck, right? Ignoring the fact that I transform, right, right, yeah. And it just turns out that Aki just forgot to do like the stupid little build up thing where you have to create like friction to ignite the morpher, right, to transform, right. And then one thing I do appreciate is her running sequence, right, where we see, right. And I always appreciate when we see the actual Sentai actors in their suit as opposed to just immediately swapping to the suit actors. I think that's cool and neat. Right. I like those little bits. And like it. Right, it shows that, hey, look, like underneath this, it could in fact be the actor slash actress, that's under the suit and not a stunt actor. But yeah, Mira beats the shit out of it. And that's what I get. This is the part where I get trolled when the patrol button lets you create clones of yourself. Right, I was like, huh, I guess that's a thing. Is it able to do that? Has this always been? I guess since it makes two guns, it can make two people. Right, that's like the general bit of it. Right? I guess it's really weird that's the. I thought the bit was that it could just create like a bigger gun and that's it. But it's whatever. Yeah, that's what. So this is before I got trolled. But I was looking at the press release photo and I saw two Boon pick. I thought, oh, one of these is gonna be Flint's actress in the other suit, but nope, it is not. It is just a fucking clone, an actual digital clone of yourself. But yeah, they beat the shit out of the vacuum and refrigerator monster or whatever the fuck. Aki realized that, hey, it is a bad idea to work part time at a toy store for the rest of it. She's like, okay, I'm gonna go to the city and get a real office worker job. I'm gonna conform to Japanese society. And get a job, right? And then so then Ty just lets her drive off with like his expensive car, right? He's like, it's fine. She can drive, right? She has a driver's license, right? That's part of her. That's part of the thing I pay her that I don't pay her for, right? Yeah. Then Ishirio's like, hey. So the ISA is up to something. We have to deal with something about the ISA, even to the point where they literally still do not have to. They still do not work under the ISA. They just decided to work. Like they could break it off at any point. I don't know. Right? It's the fact that they have this weird. It's really crazy, right? Like they don't have to, right? They're just like, hey, they can just tell the ICA to fuck off at any point, right? It's insane, right? Yeah, yeah. Then meanwhile, Wallace says, hey, I'm gonna come to Earth. Yeah, it's oh, I'm back. Right, right, yeah. Uh, I was gonna make another album pun, but I forgot. I cannot remember another Michael Jackson song to off the top of my head to make a pun. I was literally about to say hey, I'm going after Billie Jean, but I don't think that's a good one. So I'm just gonna ignore that. But anyway, yeah. Hey, this week's hey, when you ride a bike, put both hands on the handles, else you get run over and hit by a car. That's this week's lesson, right? Overall, I this was like a fine episode. right? It's a Mira-based episode, but it wasn't really focused on Mira, right? It was more focused on her friend, right? Who at some point she talks about being a side character because she literally is a side character. So I'm not sure, but that's supposed to be like a meta joke, or whatever, because she has never appeared at any point up in the show until now, right? So like this episode, it was less of a mirror based episode and more of just like a Mira's friend episode, which is really not. I think there's been a lot of episodes that's less based on Mira and more based on her friends. If you think about it, right? So I don't know. Uh, so I don't know what are we doing with Mira as a character. It seems like her character is really just bland, and that she needs her friend to motivate her, or her only character focus episode where it involves other people in her life and not herself, because if they realize that there's something interesting about a depressing 20-year-old girl, right, who works at part-time job to survive, right. All right, I think my pizza's done now, so I'm just gonna go eat my pizza. All right, that's this week's episode. Okay, thanks, bye.